To the final year of his deal with the Spanish giants, Real Madrid have no intention of selling the winger and are confident he will agree a new deal. So Vinicius Júnior has reported back to Real Madrid after his World Cup break. Will that affect Arsenal? We're going to talk Chelsea now, though, because they've completed the signing of 21-year-old midfielder Valentin Barco from Strasbourg. He has signed a contract until 2033. That is their fifth signing of the summer. And let's have a look at them, shall we? We're going to ask Sebastian what he thinks of the business so far that Chelsea have done. Obviously, the big one is Morgan Rogers, isn't it? Huge coup to get him. Big money as well. Broke the British transfer record, £117 million. They've got experience in as well. Maxence Lacroix, he's 26. They've kind of moved away from that. Danny Welbeck, obviously extremely experienced. And they are linked as well with Jordan Henderson. But that's not through the door just yet. When you look at these signings, the ones that are there, do you think that's a group that can take Chelsea to the next level from where they were?
I think they can get them back on track first and foremost because it's a little bit more balanced in terms of age, experience. Obviously, they're still going to go. They still went for the younger players because you got to invest into your new assets. But nonetheless, I think Morgan Rogers is a big transfer. I like Lacroix one because he's on the verge of becoming a very well-established Premier League player. He's very reliable. He done well with France. He's a late arrival to the French squad. And I think last season at Palace, he was very strong. He got adapted. He scored a couple of goals on set pieces. So I think he's a great addition defensively. And then Danny Welbeck, for me, he kind of brings his Premier League aura, experience that is not tangible. You can't really put a finger on what he's going to bring, but he's going to bring something that's going to be overall around the team, something very valuable. Experience, smile, takers, goals, because he has shortcuts on the pitch. The older you get, the more shortcuts you get around the pitch, and Danny Welbeck's got them in abundance.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you know the shortcuts. You haven't got to run as far. I mean, look, Jordan Henderson, you could say very similar, right? If he comes in, it's what he's going to offer, not just on the pitch itself. So it's a dramatic change, this, in policy, isn't it, for Chelsea? You've gone from one extreme to the other. You're still keeping the youth in there, but then you've gone for serious experience. Do you think they had to make that change if they want to compete for the really top trophies, the big trophies like Premier League and Champions League?
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially with the arrival of Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso has been there. He's been in the Premier League, he's been there and done it. He's been around. He must have been saying to the board, listen, first, not that you got to listen to me, but hear me out. We need a bit of more balance, and that's what he brought. Now, I think what they're doing, the way they're doing it, you can only carry on like that for so long. When there's no result, the proof is in the pudding. There was no result. So you got to change something. You change the manager. He comes with that kind of authority. Brought some experienced players, still good youngsters, but mid-age. The Lacroix one for me is the perfect one. You don't go too young, but you bring some sort of he's new in the Premier League. I'm gonna say it's been 2 years roughly, so he's still got that anger, and now he's got a big move. He's going to bring some positive energy. And then with the quality they have, I think now they can at least be seen as serious contender in terms of a balance of the squad.
What, for the title?
I wouldn't say for the title, for at least to be up there and to be consistent. I think even in a top-of-mind awareness of people, you got to be there. When you look at the squad, you could look at the manager, the way he trains, he's bringing something different. And I think the players, even that here already, that's what they were looking for. And they must be so happy to have him there.
I think Chelsea have accepted, and fair enough to them, that there have been limitations to the strategy and they applied a few years ago to just have a squad. And we've spoken about it so many years now, Matt, of building such a young squad over the years, almost copying what they do in the NFL or NBA, where you're almost restructuring your team and hoping they develop experience and then they become superstars overnight. It just doesn't work in football. But as we've seen, I mean, you mentioned Lacroix there, kind of tried to work out the numbers since Tosin, when they signed him a few years ago. He was like 25, 26 years old. Chelsea made around 25 signings under that age since Lacroix. So clearly there is a change in strategy. They have accepted that. And you mentioned Jordan Henderson. We're still expecting that transfer to go through. And I think it also shows that they're willing to give the head coach a lot more say in what the squad, how that shapes up. And I think Alonso is very keen on bringing that experience. And I'm sure he saw that in the squad that they need in that spine of the team. I don't think it's a surprise in one centre-back, one midfielder and one striker all coming to Stamford Bridge, the spine of the team, there is a wealth more experience.
Oh yeah, when you get a healthy spine, trust me, you can go really far. But for the likes of Jordan Henderson, when you look at him being in the squad in the World Cup, there's rumours being said that he hasn't been brought up to play, but even to like a chaperone. And I think he embraces his role really well. And obviously, he's going to be able to play. He's going to bring something on the pitch. But for the youngsters around him, he has this he's a captain at heart. Mm-hmm. He's somebody that enhances people's qualities. And I think that's one of the very good move. If that can go through the line, that would be a very good addition for Chelsea.
I don't think we'll see any more huddles around footballs before games. I think.
yeah. I hope not. That was Wolves, wasn't it? Right, we're going to talk your two old teams after the break.
After the break.
Just save it. Plenty of key departures at Newcastle, including head coach Eddie Howe. How will his replacement Matthias Jaisler cope with the changes at St James's Park? And there have been a few. Part of Good Morning Transfers. We're going to talk Tottenham Hotspur now, Seb Bassong's old team, and they have backed, haven't they, Roberto De Zerbi, second biggest spenders so far in the Premier League after Chelsea. There they are. Look, Sandro Tonali, £100 million. Mateus Fernandes, £85 million. Van Hecke, £52 million. Then some good free signings as well. Robertson, Senesi and Dubravka, who we expect to be the backup keeper. Have they spent the money wisely?
Yeah, they have. I think regardless of what people say, when you have the money to spend it, and on the back of the last two seasons, you need first and foremost to give fans some sort of a joy and a hope. And I think when you have the financial backing and you can spend it, you should do it, because you can't take no risk to go back to where you were last couple of seasons. Now, only the result is gonna. When you take a decision, make a choice, it's only going to be backed by the result. So we are in a very result-driven industry. I think for me personally, they needed that. They had the money, spend it. Make sure that it's been spent wisely by getting result over the lane, yeah.
You mentioned the spine of the team and how it's important, in the previous part. Yeah. And last season, you'd say Spurs had a dodgy spine. They were going to the chiropractor the whole time. They're putting the back out.
Trust me, they had injection.
They were having cortisone injections every week. Okay, if you look at the spine now, and a lot of those signings are, central defenders, central midfielders. Does it look a lot more solid to you now?
Oh, definitely. I think they brought experience. They brought players that De Zerbi has been working with, that he can rely on, and I think Spurs bought some sort of soldiers, people that are not too fancy, but they get the job done. If there's one thing a manager doesn't want to think about is my centre back is going to be able to do the job. You just put them there and you focus on other players, and then you start talking to them. They're the spine, they're there, they don't move, and I think for me personally, as a former defender, I see that from a good eye, yeah.
Okay, but there might be more signings though, Dan, because De Zerbi has teased us, hasn't he? He says there's going to be one more big signing, one more transfer bomber.
So
who's the bomber?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just on these signings, they have been incredibly important because we know Tottenham's injury record over the last 2 years, so they have absolutely needed robust players. Now, this give us it again, Matt.
The bomber. Who's the bomber?
This is great. I'm going to keep doing this. No, I think probably what they're looking at, it feels like, is a winger, I think. And we saw last summer, Savinho was very heavily linked. Just wonder if they try and pursue him once again. He has been playing for Manchester City in pre-season, but he seems to be the one that they keep chasing and they keep admiring. So I just wonder, a big money move for Savinho. Could we see that before the deadline?
There have been links with Cody Gakpo. Would you like to have him at Spurs? Do you think he'd be an upgrade? Would he make a difference?
Yeah, I think he would make a difference. He's been a great player for Liverpool, but I don't think the bomber would be Savinho, because we've been talking about Savinho for years now. So I don't think he would be the bomber. The bomber would be someone, I would say, that nobody talks about now. Cody Gakpo.
Who's the bomber?
No, I can't listen.
I've never heard this word used so many times.
You can't get enough of it.
But I really think it's going to be, yes, a winger or a striker, because at the end of the day, you need to put the ball in the back of the net. Wingers might do the job, but you need that kind of player that's going to guarantee you a certain amount of goals. And I think the defensive side has been secure, the midfielder ever so well. Now the bomber might be around the striker position, and hopefully for Spurs, he's going to bring a lot of fire, because bomber tend to bring a lot of fire.
Yeah. They're quite explosive.
Yeah, explosive.
I can't wait to find out who this person is. Right, let's move on to your other old team that you played a lot for. Things are not the same at Newcastle as they are at Spurs. Spurs, there's a bit of positivity right now. Loads of money has been spent. Newcastle let go of some key players, some senior players. They might be losing their captain, Bruno Guimaraes, as well. They've changed policy, getting a lot of new, young, unproven talent in. Are you concerned with the direction Newcastle are going in at the moment?
Yeah, slightly. I would say, for me, that doesn't give me good signs, positive sign in terms of the politics the way the club is being run at the moment. They were going up, they were going to the Champions League, but now this transfer embargo, then letting players go from Isak, and even the way the players have gone, the way the club has been handled lately, I think it's been ups and downs, a couple of trophies, yes, it's been amazing after so many years, but now losing all your key players, losing your manager, the gaffer is gone as well, and I think there's a bit of unsettled, unbalanced situation at the club at the moment. Hopefully it's going to be sorted out really quick, because these clubs deserve nothing than just joy, pleasure, and I would say result.
Well, there was some movement today. Newcastle have confirmed the signing of another goalkeeper, this time Lukas Hornicek from Braga in a deal worth £25.7 million. We are told he's coming in as the number one. What does that mean for Nick Pope?
That means the question is going to be asked from Nick Pope's perspective, but who is he going to ask the question to? Because the new gaffer hasn't been appointed yet officially. Eddie Howe has been gone, so I think there's a bit of a blurry situation for him. For the new keeper coming in, amazing. But from Nick Pope's standpoint, I think it's going to be a little bit hard to take. Even last season, he wasn't playing. There's those situations for me sums it all up about the Newcastle situation, how blurry things are on the Tyneside.
Guys, what a way to kick things off. Good morning, transfers. Off with a real bomber. Just one more, just for you. Absolute pleasure. Thank you, Seb. Thank you, Dan. Lots more to come. We've got Sky Sports Football Club next, asking all the important questions, including should Liverpool fans be concerned about set pieces? Have your say.